Thank you, and thank you again for joining me on this journey towards resilience today. The journey to one. The one you, the one me, the one us. I'd like to have a little more fun today on this topic, and it's called escape velocity, the speed of observation. So many years ago, I think maybe 3 or 4 decades ago, I had made this statement, I wrote it down somewhere in one of my journal books about the speed of thought and what's beyond thought. So this title about escape velocity, I'm talking about escape velocity of your presence and for production. Now keep this in mind. I learned this many years ago from a minister, and he described the speed of thought at 25 billion miles per second. Just think about that possibility. Your thought can be that fast and be measured at the rate of 25 billion miles per second. Just use that as a foundation, and we'll come back to it if we need to tease it out. But take that into consideration, and also that we are all energy. We are all individually and collectively vibrating at a certain frequency. It can vary, but the vibration of us can vary. But what about this thing called velocity? I'll make that proposition for this conversation. I could be very wrong, or half wrong, or way wrong. Maybe some partially right in between, maybe. But if the thought of you and you coming from your creator has presented you and I here and now, then the energy of those thoughts and words about you and I have consummated and concretized into this being called you and I. If you can roll with that supposition, then okay, how to achieve this thing called escape velocity? And might be asking me, escape from what? Yeah, kind of a trick question there. Really, I'm just seeking to awaken you to your essence, to my essence, the common essence, the highest vibration that brought you forward into this life and through that thing that we talk about called love. But we also, if you're like me, if you can agree with this, we have vibrated at lower levels either by ignorance or abdication of the grace we received at our inception of being here. So not back to anything or away from anything or anyone. That's not the goal. Just, I'm asking you to realign your awareness of who and what you are at your essence, recognizing and reacquainting yourself from within first, not with the external stuff we buy and put on because it's pretty. That power and force, that velocity and vibration that allows you to exist and appear and to persist. If you will insist and escape from the you imposed and mandated on you, that's what I'm talking about, being or having an escape velocity of your presence. So I'm asking you also to, with regularity, define that presence, redefine it, refine it, investigate it, self-discover things you learn about yourself every moment, every day. You and I are evolving entities here, but from a common foundation. If you can consider why I keep emphasizing the heart, the heartbeat, the love, the lifeblood as that fuel flowing through us that we do share. Yeah, different types, A positive, O negative, certainly. But we have that similar and same flow of energy and life through us. So when I talk about escape velocity, I mean, you have one. And hopefully through our discussions here, or my relaying to you how to define your presence, how to commit to your currency in every moment, every day, I'm asking you to take that as sovereign, as not something you own, but as your own. Because you define it for yourself. You answer that question that I posed to you, probably in most of these episodes, but certainly in the book. I describe the concept, according to me, about resilience. But even at the end of that introduction, I ask you to ask yourself, what drives you? And that's trying to, if you can, backwards re-engineer into your beauty, your presence, your resilience. Again, it's not a one-way trip. It's back and forth. It's a spiral forward, always forward, to make sure you're confirming every day how you have come to understand yourself, your presence, your awareness, what you observe, how you communicate it. That's the good part. However, the presence or the impression that's been imposed on us, maybe from birth, maybe before birth, but certainly during our formative and growing years, and even today, we have things imposed on us that we tend to accept. Oh, well, that's my presence according to them, according to the school, the job, the boss, the spouse. But have you taken the time to, not in contrast or in competition or in comparison to the external renditions of you or the external opinions of you, but don't let that be the core answer or question you ask yourself about what drives you, about your presence, about your beauty, about your resilience. So I want you to have escape velocity from any presence or impression imposed on you. That's the escape velocity I want you to get to. That power and force, that velocity and vibration internally allows you to exist and appear and persist here. And doing that, you can escape from any imposed presence or impression. So, stay tight. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle, and your observations at that speed will keep you safe. Stay present, stay current. What time is it? It's 8:20.